make sure you speak loud enough because she's going to yell at me. We live? Good morning and welcome to the latest episode of Tom Talk Live. I forgot to take my Zyrtec D edition. I want to thank today's sponsor, Maxwell and Molly's Closet, New Jersey's cutest pet boutique. Maxwell and Molly's Closet is the ultimate shopping destination and experience for both you and your four-legged friends. At the Closet, they offer the best products at the very best prices. When you buy the best foods and treats, you end up getting more for your money. Equally important is their quality of service. They provide quality with convenience, and their products are available in-store and online. They will even deliver food right to your doorstep. Located in downtown Newton, Hamburg, and Sparta. For more details, go to maxwellandmollys.com today. All right, let's do a little event recap. The senior spring luncheon and high school musical were very successful. Our thanks to all those who volunteered to make this a great afternoon for our seniors. Upcoming events. The Recreation and Senior Services Department is hosting the Easter egg hunt this Saturday, April 8th at 10 a.m. at Newton High School's turf field. And the Little Miss and Mr. Newton contest on June 10th, which is also Newton Day, so mark your calendars. Saturday, May 6th is the Clean Communities event, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. Get some volunteer hours and help beautify our town. On Monday, May 29th, Memorial Day, we will have our annual parade and ceremony at Memory Park. And our tentative pool opening will be weekend starting June 3rd. Regular opening June 23rd. So get that pool bod ready to go. No carbs and get swole. Check out the 2022 annual report and spring newsletter, both of which are online at newtontownhall.com. The spring newsletter is also available in Spanish. The town is continuing its work on the Entrepreneur Zone project with Dr. Dale Caldwell. Formerly of Fairleigh Dickinson University, Dr. Caldwell will be the next president at Centenary University and will be coordinating this nationwide entrepreneur program from Hackettstown. Newton will be the first E-zone in America. Talk about mom and apple pie. It doesn't get any better than this. The municipal budget has been introduced and will be approved on Monday, April 10th. I am working with our friends at Valley View to see how we can coordinate shuttle bus transportation services during the summer months. And congratulations to Sergeant Kenny Teets, not just on his retirement, but recently named the chairman of the Parking Authority. Remember, Kenny, with great power comes great responsibility. As we all know, Scooby-Doo was one of the greatest cartoons of all time, and it was certainly at its zenith of success, of its writing prowess, when they had special guest stars. Tom Talk Live is no different. Today, we are in the pantheon of the all-time greats. In the last episode of Tom Talk Live, we had our great police chief, Steve Van Nullen, who shared with us some insight into his personal life and career. 800 views and counting. Today, we are pleased to introduce the town's Animal Control Officer, or ACO, Jessica Vollero. Thanks for joining us today, Jessica. Prop dog Ava.
Hi.
Hi. All right, so tell us your name and what you do for a living.
My name is Jessica Vollero, and I'm Animal Control Officer for the town of Newton.
And how long have you been in your current position?
I have been...
Make sure you speak loud for the audience. Big audience
Since
today.
February 2022, I've been proud to be Animal Control for Newton.
Great. All right, so how did your upbringing impact the choices you made with your education and career?
I always knew I was going to do something animal-based, so I experienced a lot of different paths of trying to learn, to see which career would fit for me, and we ended up finding it here. But it's just, my family was always into animals. There's just a big theme in my life all along, so it made sense to follow this way.
Great. If you could go back in time and give advice to the 20-something version of yourself, what advice would you give and why?
Trust your gut.
Okay.
I feel like that's the best advice anybody can give to the younger self. It's something that we learn by experience.
Sure. And what do you consider to be your greatest career achievement?
Ava. When I rescued Ava, she was days away from death and only 47 pounds.
Wow.
She came back to my house. We would have to have meals every hour and a half, little meals, and now look at her, happy, large, living life. So definitely the best achievement here.
Great to have Ava back. All right. If I could give you a do-over, what would be the one project, decision, or choice that you made that you would do over, and why?
I think it's probably a lot of little things. It isn't anything big. It's just every little thing I do in my career, I learn each time I do it. So I learn a different way I want to trap cats or a different way I want to handle a dog, and we just go from that just in little pieces.
What was the most challenging experience you went through in your life, and how did you persevere?
I lost my mom in 2012. She was a firefighter EMT, and I lost her to 9/11 related cancer. So she lived her life of strength and compassion, and I just try to live mine the same to honor her.
If aliens landed in front of you in exchange for anything you desired, offered you any position on their planet, what would you want and why?
The boss.
The boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who doesn't
okay.
want to be the boss of all the aliens?
You want to be the boss. All right. If you had to be shipwrecked on an island, but all your human needs, clean air, food, Fiji water, Rangers hockey, were taken care of, what 2 items would you want to have with you and why?
Probably my phone, so I could stream stuff and say what's up to my kids, and then a dog, because I would go crazy without an animal around.
All right, so we need the phone and the dog.
Yeah.
All right, favorite cartoon?
Mighty Mouse.
Favorite food?
It changes on the mood. So the food
What's
is with
today's
the mood.
mood? What's today's mood?
Today's mood is probably tacos.
Tacos.
Yeah.
Taco Thursday.
Yeah.
Favorite movie?
Homeward Bound. Animal theme. They should have been microchips.
Should have been microchip.
Should have been microchips.
Next edition. And favorite superhero?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Hmm.
Okay. And last but not least, our bonus Spinal Tap question number 11. Tell us what you love about the town of Newton.
The diversity. I have met so many people from so many different walks of life. Everybody's been great, but it's just it's interesting getting to meet and experience other people's stories and their lives, and that's what I like the best.
All right, so we met Ava, but we haven't met this wonderful creature here. So tell us about this.
This is Biggie Squatch. He is our new mascot for Newton Animal Control, and we are collecting selfies with the Squatch. So if you see me out and about, come and say what's up, ask any questions, and take a picture with him. Thumbs up, of course.
All right, so we got the Squatch with Ava.
Ava.
Tell us about the van. What do we use the van for? Let's take a look inside the van. If we can take a look around.
Absolutely. So the van has been very instrumental in getting things done efficiently and correctly. The functionality has been the best part. Like I could literally open the door and I've caught at least 2 or 3 dogs by them running in just to check out if there's any cookies in there. So we can take a look at the cages. No, you're not okay. We have our back here.
Those are fine-looking animals on the back, I have to say. Good cat. All right.
And then we have these guys.
Go ahead.
Ava has her bed in there. She wants to show. But see, the dogs jump right in. It makes it a lot easier. If I have a scared animal, I can close the door, do what I need to do inside the van. Makes everything much easier.
How many animals typically would you have, or?
The most I've had in here at one time, I think, was 3 at a time. But I have had a whole variety. I've had ferrets, roosters, dogs, cats, the whole shebang. So.
And what kind of facilities in the area do you work with to take care of the pets in terms of health or issues they might have? Or?
We have several vets that we work with. Freedom Vet has been amazing for doing all of our spay neuters and our TNRs and our medical needs. And we have other vets and boarding facilities we work for impounding. And there's other rescue organizations that have always been glad to help out and jump on board and do projects with me. Father John's is a big one. So.
And we try to get adoption going. We try to help the pets and the owners. And we have the Facebook page, right? So people can check you out on Facebook.
And it's getting the microchipping is getting the word out. I just got a call while we were waiting that somebody wanted to schedule appointments to get their animal microchip. So that's another good thing we got going on. So.
Yeah. All right, Jess, thanks for being a good sport.
Thank you.
And legendary guest on Tom Talk Live. That's a wrap, everyone. Keep an eye out on our social media accounts. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok for further updates on Town of Newton events, happenings, and more. Russo out.